Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day into the Houston Astros. Beat the Toronto Blue Jays 6-5. Good win for the Astros in spring training today. 10 hits for the Astros, 6 for the Blue Jays. 1 error for both teams. Win goes to Rodning. He's 1-0 in spring now. Pitched 1 inning, getting a strikeout. Loss goes to Walker. He went 0 2/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Scoring summary: the Blue Jays scored the first 3 runs of this ball game when Jimenez hit a RBI triple to right, scored Wagner and Schneider. It's 2-0, and then Clement hit a sacrifice fly to score Jimenez, and it's 3-0. But then the Astros continue to get going in the second inning. And Quincy Hamilton hits an RBI single to center. Chas McCormick scored. It was 3-1. Zach DeZenzo crushes one in the fourth inning for his second home run of spring, makes it 3-2. Then Yainer Diaz hits his second or third home run of spring. I think it was his second, but you know what? I'm pretty sure that was Yainer's third home run of spring, and hits one to left center. And Gamble scores, and it's 3-4. And then Quincy Hamilton hit a ground rule double. DeZenzo scored. McCormick to third. It's 5-3. Nunez single to left, brings in a run. It's 4-5. And then Barger hit a sacrifice fly to tie the game at 5. But then the Astros take a walk-off RBI single to left when Whitaker hits a RBI single to left. Gamble scores, and it's 6-5. Another walk-off win for this Houston Astros team. There's been quite a few walks. This is like the third walk-off win for the Astros in spring so far. The Astros improved to 11-9 in spring. All right. Isaac Paredes was at leadoff today and went 0-3. He's batting 200 in spring. Then Johnson replaced him, went 1-2 with a double to left in the ninth. Ben Gamble went 0-3 today, but did score 2 runs because he had 2 walks in the third and the ninth. But I went 0-3 and was a DH. Yainer Diaz went 1-2 today, walked in the first inning, struck out looking in the third, and hit a 2-run home run in the fifth inning. Not an amazing day it was a good day for Yainer Diaz, but still, overall, not an amazing spring. Joe Hudson today showed he's human. He's been killing it so far this spring. Fell out to first and struck out swinging in the ninth. And even though he went 0-2 today, still batting .429 this spring. Zach DeZenzo today continued to show why he needs to be on the opening day roster. His first at bat, he struck out looking, but in the fourth inning, he hit a home run to center, infield single in the fifth, and another single in the seventh inning, and scored 2 runs today for the Houston Astros team. Chas McCormick went 1-2 today. He's starting to play a little bit better and starting to get going to the point where maybe it's looking like he could have a solid year. Doubled to left in the second inning, had 2 walks in the fourth and fifth inning, and flat out to right. Not a terrible day for Chas at all. Whitaker replaced him, and that's when he hit the walk-off single. And Quincy Hamilton looks great today. He's not a guy I look at and say, okay, this is a guy that should make the roster, but he's a guy I look at for this Houston Astros team and say, with how good of a spring he's had, with probably, he's probably at the top of the list of Houston Astros that have the most at-bats this spring. He's had a lot of at-bats this spring, and is still batting .296, went 2-4 today. He's not someone I look at that needs to be on this Houston Astros opening day roster, but he's someone I look at that definitely needs to make his Major League debut at some point this season for the Houston Astros. Single to center that scored a run in the second inning, and then a ground rule double that scored a run in the fifth inning. 2 RBIs and a 2-for-4 day for Quincy Hamilton. Really, really good day, and a really good spring so far, batting .296. Brendan Rodgers and Mauricio Dubon would be the 2 players that would be at shortstop or second base today. Dubon started off the day in shortstop. That's where all he played. Grounded into double play and flat out to right. He's batting .120 this spring. But then Brendan Rodgers comes in and replaces him, but he was playing second base. Rodgers fouled out the shortstop in his first at bat, but then single to center in the eighth inning. Is batting .320. I feel like both of these guys at this point should probably make the roster. Dubon's going to make the roster, obviously, but Brendan Rodgers needs to make this roster. Luis Guillermo went 0-2. There's kind of a competition between him and Brendan Rodgers on who's going to make the roster. I think right now Rodgers has the edge. But Guillermo struck out looking and flat out to left today, and he's still batting .286 this spring though. Zach Short replaced him, went 0-1. Colin Barber had 1 at-bat today, flat out to center in the third inning, and then walked in the fifth, and that was it for him. Pitching today, the Astros had Hayden Wiesenski come in and pitch 3 1/3, gave 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. His ERA this spring is 3.72. Bido pitched the first out. It was a weird thing. They had him pitch the first out of the. They had him pitch the second out of the fourth inning, and he got that out. And then Josh Hader comes in and pitched the last out of the fourth inning, and so Josh Hader only faced one batter day and got a strikeout, so it was good for Josh Hader. And then Montero pitched the fifth inning, gave it one hit, but outside of that was a clean inning. Castro pitched the sixth inning for this Astros team, gave it one hit with a strikeout. Guilfoyle looked terrible today. He pitched 2 innings. He had 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And I went over Rodning getting the win pitching in the ninth with a strikeout. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros 6-5 win in the comment section. And peace out. Go Astros.